American nun, nursing theorist, professor, and author who was born on October 14, 1939 and is still active today. She is recognized for her innovative work in developing the nursing adaptation model. Mount St. Mary's College in Los Angeles awarded Callista Roy a Bachelor of Arts degree with a nursing major in 1963, and the University of California awarded her a Master of Science in Nursing in 1966. Roy started studying sociology after completing her nursing degrees. She graduated from California with a Master's in Sociology in 1973 and a doctorate in sociology in 1977. Callista Roy created the Roy Adaptation Nursing Model in 1976. This model is based on the patient's ability to adapt. The development of this model was influenced by Roy's clinical experiences, family, religious background, education, and mentors. Sister Callista Roy's model is different from the domains of nursing because it focuses on adaptation rather than the determinants of health and illness. Roy's adaptation model is a framework for critical thinking and clinical judgment, helping the nurses decide the best course of action, and it offers the standard for providing patient care.
Environment. The environment consists of stimuli that promotes or inhibit human adaptation. The environment provides resources for healthcare, both tangible and intangible. The environment can be internal or external to a person. It includes the social and physical environment. Environmental factors have an effect on adaptation. Adaptation. Adaptation is a process that helps organisms survive by overcoming changes in their external or internal environments. Adaptation means responding to the changes in the environment positively. Adaptation can be active or passive. Passive adaptation does not have a direct effect on the environment. It is a way of managing what is available. Active adaptation directly affects the stimulus and changes it into something healthier for a person to survive. Active adaptation includes behaviors and activities that promotes health. Nursing. The goal of nursing is an adaptation using the person's abilities to modify and maintain internal and external environments. Adaptation can be positive or negative. It corresponds with Roy's words. If it results in greater integration, freedom, well-being of the person, it is beneficial. If not, then it is harmful.
Callista Roy defined health as a state where humans can continually adapt to stimuli. Because illness is part of life, health results from a process where health and illness can coexist. If a human can continue to adapt holistically, they will maintain health to reach completeness and unity within themselves. If they cannot adapt accordingly, the integrity of the person can be affected negatively. As what she said, health is not freedom from inevitability of death, disease, and happiness and stress, but the ability to cope with them in a competent way. In adaptation model, nurses are facilitators of adaptation. They assess patients' behavior for adaptation, promote positive adaptation by enhancing environment's interaction and helping patients react positively to stimuli. Nurses eliminate ineffective coping mechanism and eventually lead to a better outcomes. The nurse works collaboratively with individuals and groups to assess adaptive strength to help deal with the issues they encounter in promoting their health.
So, looking at the framework, we have there the stimuli, the coping processes, and surrounds it are the four types of adaptive mode. So the nurse should first look at the stimuli that actually affecting the patient. When that stimuli or inputs occur, it will now compromise the four adaptive mode. Now the center is the coping processes or coping mechanism, and here the patient will create or think something that will cope up with the stimuli. Now the reaction or action will emerge under specified circumstances or what we call behavior. Behavior may be observable or not. The nurse observes the behavior or responses of the patient and makes a judgment as to whether the behavior is adaptive or ineffective. How does the nurses do this? Assessment phase of nursing process will do.
The Roy adaptation model has 6-step nursing processes. Assessment of behavior. This is the first step in Roy's nursing process. Here, the nurse observes how a client responds to different stimuli. Assessment should be done on all 4 adaptive modes. The information collected will help establish or refine nursing diagnosis and goal setting for interventions. The second one is the assessment of stimuli. In this stage, the nurse evaluates what triggers changes in the client's behavior. It will help in the identification of stimuli that elicit positive and negative responses from the person. The third step is nursing diagnosis. Roy's nursing process states that nursing diagnosis should be made according to what affects the 4 modes. The nurse should show how a problem or goal affects the person. The fourth step is goal setting. In the goal setting stage, the nurse should establish a path for growth and development to help a person attain optimal wholeness. This requires a clear understanding of how problems affect each mode so that the goals can be established accordingly. Intervention. In this step, the nurse implements strategies to help clients attain optimal wholeness according to established goals. It is important that nursing interventions be placed within each mode and relate to the focus of each stage. Evaluation. In this stage, nurses should monitor changes in the client's health status and coping mechanisms. This includes looking at how problems affect each mode, goal attainment, and whether or not any barriers prevent successful implementation of an intervention plan.
Alright, so here's the condensed idea of Callisto-Roy's adaptation model, guys. The presented idea of Callisto-Roy's adaptation model in a format of nursing profession adds substance in interventional strategies for the nurses to put into their stress management according to each individual situations. This also applies to promotion of wellness and general holistic care for clients to be guided with guiding research, education, practices, and processes of problem-solving methods, insights, and strategies in good use for nursing care as a prominent practice is the major focus of Callista Roy's adaptation model.